Hello folks, this is Pishon, and today I'm just going to show you how I teach them how to lower their head. Lowering their head is quite important to me because it kind of sorts out quite a few issues from the beginning. It's something that I kind of almost do as a fundamental thing right at the very beginning, because it just teaches them to dropping their head helps me with to start with, like putting on a halter or getting them prepared for the halter, and also for when I'm putting a bridle on. So there's nothing worse than when a horse throws his head up in the air trying to avoid a halter or a bridle. It just means that they're really not interested in taking part. So I try and get them to as soft as I can and relaxed as I can by putting their head as low as I can get it. And also it helps the horse relax at the pole and down through their neck at an early stage, so that's helpful. Also, it helps me further down the line when I want to sort of teach them to maybe kneel on the ground, or even to lay them down. So that's it's something that it's the first part of the preparation of doing that. So that kind of sort of merges into those sort of categories as well. So basically there's several different ways of doing it, and whatever way really suits your horse, but it can also help to do all the different methods so that you're kind of covered, and it's not a bad thing practicing anyway. So for this particular horse, he quite likes it just like this, so I just put a little bit of pressure on the knot on the halter, because I've got like a rope halter here. And so once he drops his head, then I sometimes might accompany him and just be there with him on the whole process of him bringing his head down, because he just feels possibly there's a little bit of comfort there. But of course some horses might be a little bit, you might be worried about getting down here, so you just have to be mindful of that risk as well. So again, I'm just going to ask him just to drop his head, and then I might just gently merge down there with him, so that we're doing it almost together. And you can see that he's nice and relaxed and calm, which is a bonus. I might just see if I can get him a little bit lower, just ask him just to bring it down a little bit more, and I'm just putting a very bit of gentle feel on that knot behind his halter. And as soon as I feel him give to that slight pressure, then I'll just release it and just hang in there. And so now I just give him a little bit of a tension there. You can see he's almost getting a little bit sleepy. So now I'm just going to show you another slight way. He's not so fond of this idea, I don't think. So I'll just put my hand up here on the pole and just see if I can just gently put a little bit of pressure, and I'll take the pressure off. As soon as I get that little indication, I find that little sweet spot, then I'll just remove the pressure away from him. I'll ask him again, and sometimes I can use this pressure on the pole in conjunction with the pressure I put on this lead rope and the knot underneath the halter. So again, I can just, he's already gone down there now, which is helpful. And it might even be that I can get him to just drop his head, almost just with me lowering my self down. I'll just see if I can do that again. And we can kind of lower ourselves together into that position like that. Again, I'm just going to, like I said before, you can use this in conjunction. So if I just put my little bit of pressure up on the pole there, you just drop his head. Now to start with, when I was teaching him this, it might be that I put a bit more pressure on there to start with, just waiting for him to make that change and to just drop his head. And as soon as he dropped his head, then I would take that pressure off completely. Now at the moment I don't have to put hardly anything on there just to get a change. So I can just literally almost put my hand above his head in order to get him to lower his head. So you can see that he's nice and relaxed, nice and calm, and that's really the way I'd like him to stay. So I'll just do it one more time, just see if I can use my own, without doing anything completely, just lower my own energy in my own body and just kneel down and see if I can get him to be happy about being down there. Good, well done. So from there, I can just literally, if I took this halter off now, I can bring his head up here and I can almost ask him to put his own nose into that halter, and that's really what I want to do all the time. I want him to be able to volunteer his own snout, his nose to put into the centre of that halter. Or if I'm bridling, I just want him to be able to willingly put his mouth over the bit, and then I'll guide it back over accordingly. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope that's helpful.